Who is a buff dude's favorite puppeteer? Jim Henson. Welcome to the stream. Happy Friday, my friends. And welcome to Contra Advance. I hope you are well. I hope your weekend is getting off to a good start. It is incredibly hot down here in the basement tonight. I am dying. Oh, but we will attempt to endure. Dead Zergling, first in chat tonight, my friend, followed closely by Mile Hyrule. Zergling says, "Alright, I'm here, ready to hear the terrible dolphin joke on Porpoise." I saw that, Zergling, and I thought, that's a shame. Because Echo's in the second part of the stream tonight. Jelly really wanted me to do Echo first as well, because my next Echo joke is written on the refrigerator, and she hates being reminded of it every time she walks by. But I made the schedule long before. Lucent Jelly, welcome in, of course. Thank you for being here as well. Waka Waka. That was a terrible dolphin joke. Didn't even mention the sea or dolphins at all. We don't always go for a strict format of the joke is related to the first game, but it's almost always. So 2 games tonight, my friends. Contra Advance, a game I still have not been able to beat. I'm trying. It's just really rough. This is not my favorite Contra game. And then after a couple hours with this, we're going to switch over to the continuing playthrough that is the misery that is Echo the Dolphin. So let's get to it. Nice joke, Mile Hyrule says. Well, thank you. If we see a wrestling game stream, will we get a wrestling pun? I mean, yes, but I wouldn't hold my breath for anything good, Mile Hyrule. Because you see, the problem is my ability to write a joke is determined by my knowledge of the subject. Jim Benchin. It was just Jim Henson Zergling, but that would have been a nice touch. Where is the sound effects? There we go. A joke that definitely works better in print, but what are you gonna do? There's not much point in lamenting the low quality of the jokes. They're not going to improve. While my instinct may be to be reflective and self-critical, I know that I am familiar with what kind of monster I am. Oh, you want to tell them about my gym joke? Jelly says. I think Jelly's joke was, what is a buff dude's favorite Olympic event? Gymnastics. To which I could only say, yeah, that certainly is already the word. No. That's awful. I can't afford to lose lives like that. I'm too bad at this game. There we go. That's what I want. One moment, please. Alright, thank you for the coffee, Jelly. Keep me going through the night. It's gonna be kind of a shame to sip on piping hot coffee when I'm already melting. The turtle boss cast slow. Can I have tea this time, Jelly? Mile Hyrule asks. I'm sure that you have our permission to have whatever beverage you choose, Mile Hyrule. Itarama, welcome in, Itty. I hope this Friday finds you well. Abysmal. Just a terrible start to this game tonight. From the top. The thought was if I switch these around, because we've been pairing these games up, but I've been playing Echo first and Contra second. So of course the thought was if I switch them, maybe I would have more energy for Contra and I would perform better with you know, having not been beaten down by Echo for multiple hours. That hypothesis is very swiftly being refuted. How hilarious will it be when you have the most depressing Echo run ever after a Contra beatdown? I mean, how could an Echo run be any worse? I mean, I don't think that's possible. I could play with one hand blindfolded with my controller unplugged, and it wouldn't be worse than... It wouldn't be worse than my previous attempts. Playing Echo is already rock bottom, Eddie says. Do you take your tea with honey and lemon? That's the only way for me. You could, I guess you could argue that I don't really like tea at all. What I like is lemonade. Do you have a spooky October planned? I don't really have any firm October plans. Isn't this game scary enough? We usually play a couple different spooky games in October, though. Alright, last year, what did we do last year? We played Van Helsing, Monster Force. We tried to play Resident Evil 2 and Alien 3 on the Game Boy. Resident Evil 2 is on the N64. Those both kind of fell apart for different reasons. One because of a bad battery and one because of a bad game. But we'll, you know, I'm sure there will be some seasonally appropriate titles mixed in there. The command, if you want to look at my collection, Mile High Roll, the command is collection. There you go. I should make games work as well. I just never remember. Giving the server too many options can be more trouble. Are you the type who goes to a restaurant and says, "Surprise me"? Never. I'm the exact opposite, Zergling. I'm the type who goes to a restaurant and says, "Can I have a BLT with no mayo? And can I have the toast and bacon and lettuce and tomato all on separate plates?" He's Frownie's cousin, Mr. Monk. I'm fairly certain that I do not have any form of OCD. I am just particular and annoying. I don't prefer to be, but I don't know how to change. That's one way to put it. I don't know. I want to be very careful about not making claims to a condition to which I have not been professionally diagnosed, you know? I feel like people kind of latch onto that sometimes, and it can be rather distasteful. Uh-oh. Awful. Stick with the laser. Hey, Sir Punks-a-Lot, welcome in. Always a good time to have you here, my friend. And, oh, no Echo tonight? There most certainly is Echo. It's in the second half. You didn't investigate deep enough into the stream title. It's coming up in the later half of the night. I can't escape my awful destiny. Laser's making short work of those bosses. The laser does a lot of damage. the trouble is it has no like maneuverability. So if you get attacked from multiple directions, the laser is garbage. But if it's a boss, you know, like those ones you saw before that really only have one means of approaching you, then you're pretty solid with the laser. In the Super NES game, the flamethrower is like all the benefit of the laser with none of the drawback. The flamethrower is super powerful in the Super Nintendo game, but you can also quickly move it around. But I think they nerfed it for this one. The flamethrower does not feel as powerful to me in this game. Could be, well, could be that I'm not using it right, though. Because really the boss that I test that on, the boss that led me to the conclusion that the flamethrower is weaker, is the mini-boss with the spinny arm. Earlier on in the stage, and like the boss with like the seesaw going straight through its body that spins all the way around. But part of the reason the flamethrower might feel less powerful against that boss is I might not be lining it up correctly, because with the squashed screen, the angle's a little worse. By which I mean a lot worse. So I don't know. I suspect the flamethrower could be nerfed, but this needs to be investigated more fully. Why is he not grabbing that platform? I hate this game. There's no way. There's no way that I passed through that platform both times. Oh, this is the worst game. I did figure this was bad games with the title. It's, Echo time already. Sure feels like it. Yeah, this... as such a tremendous fan of the original Contra games, it really hurts me how much I dislike this game. I want to like every game in the series, but I really don't like this one. This game is no Super C. It is not. Oh, but I explained a little bit before. I've been pairing this game and Echo together consistently, but I've been putting Echo in the first half every time, and I just thought I'd switch it up because I've been doing so bad at this game too, but I thought maybe if I put this game first, I could come into it a little fresher, and maybe I would have a chance at least doing good in this game. Since Echo's, you know, a permanent lost cause. Gotta keep yourself on your toes. Gotta mix up my schedule to keep me guessing. You know, sometimes, if you know the game Zombies Ate My Neighbors, there's like, in between the stages, there's like a level 13 or whatever screen, and sometimes the levels have like a little introductory splash screen. They'll say like, you know, more horrifying than level 11, it's level 12, and I feel like that would be appropriate in this game. A little splash screen. Worse than level 3, here comes level 4. Hey, Dynamite, great to see you, my friend. Welcome in. Welcome to my nightmare, my never-ending nightmare. What's good? Is there any good left in the world tonight? I have Contra Advance and Echo in front of me. Things feel rather bleak. No, I'm alright. I'm alright. We have the space station Frownie once again has plumbing. We have hot water once more. So the most pressing of my current tribulations has been addressed. I have much to celebrate tonight. As long as I don't think about what games I'm playing, I'm fine. Oh, welcome in, PJ. Good to have you here, my friend. Another rare treat. Hope your weekend is going well. Your bot says you played Aladdin. I did. I love Super Nintendo Aladdin. Fantastic game. We've done it on the stream a couple times, and I've played through it a handful of times, like throughout my life. It's a game that I know not super well, but decently so, and a game I really like. But I've never 100%ed it, so last night the project was trying to learn the 100% route, and I learned about 94%. Naturally, I'm trying to figure it all out blind, and I'm still stumped by a couple of the secrets. But, you know, I took it pretty hard when I wasn't able to find them all, but, I mean, I was really looking at the glass like 6% empty instead of, I should have been looking at it as 94% full. I'm throwing lives away like I can afford to. So, upon reflection, Aladdin on the Super NES went pretty well, and I am optimistic for even better times when I pick it up, probably next week. If it were Ghosts and Goblins, not even worth mentioning level 4. Level 4, yeah, level 4 in Ghosts and Goblins is like the breather level. Just when you thought it was safe to play the next level. Welcome to the machine. SNES on Aladdin has amazing sound. The sound for jumping off an enemy's head is seared into my brain, PJ says. I feel that. 99% complete. You failed that 1%. Go get those last golden bananas, stars, chiggies. Yeah, yeah. Well, the problem with it was the thing that had me feeling down was the things that I am still unable to get both occurred in the first two stages. So it got the night off to like a real sour start for me because I was like, I really like this game. It's going to be fun to learn the 100%. And then it immediately started with like an hour and a half of me wandering the same level, unable to find one collectible. uh, that's a bad way to get into the night. And level 2 didn't help because that's where the other one I can't get is. I can't get one collectible from stage 1 and I can't get one collectible from stage 2. But the rest of the game I got figured out. My grad school reading assignments are to me what this game is to you. uh, they keep your reading assignments keep unfairly draining all of your lives and sending you back to the first page. The missile balls. Yeah, yeah. I figured that was the one you're talking about, Dynamite, with the great big red circle. I would have to look at it more closely if there are other sort of watermelon type features that I'm overlooking. Run. That missile boss is like one of the most challenging bosses that I can think of in like a 16-bit game. You really have to be on your toes for that boss. Welcome to the machine. I want that to catch on for Frownie's channel like You Died did for Dark Souls. it kind of died out, but for the longest time, the chat would someone in the chat would announce Lex wins or solve my maze when the moment came up because of Superman 64. That was a rough playthrough. Got a kind of green camo pattern, like a watermelon. And yeah, it's very difficult. It's so punishing. I couldn't get the camera to scroll enough to get this guy to fight me. No! Oh, and he was dead. I lost my laser. I'm pretty sure that phase 1 of this boss has an attack that is impossible to dodge. And in a game where one hit kills you, that is really not cool. I don't know how to dodge this either, though. Aside from just get lucky. Because it can lean toward either the left or the right, and I don't know what determines which way it's going to go, like where the open spot is going to be. But yeah, in phase 1, there's an attack that I'm pretty sure is unavoidable. Cool. I guessed wrong both times. Why do you play games that hurt you? What's that about, Punk asks. I mean, I don't only play games that hurt me. I play a lot of stuff that I like. I think that playing games that are unpleasant to play through, though, is it's sort of my form of the competitive spirit, I guess. You know, like I'm not like I don't really have a speedrunner's like desire for competition. Like I don't necessarily feel like I need to be at the top of the leaderboard or whatever for like an achievement I chase, but the achievements I chase are more like, don't do the thing everyone wants to do better than everyone else. Do the thing that no one else is interested in doing. Do the thing that no one else would care to do. This boss is unmanageable. It has its own like sense of reward though, right? Because if I play games that no one else cares to play, then I'll see things that no one else ever got to see. You know, how many people have played through all the way to the end of Let's Ride Dreamer and seen the end of story mode in that game? How many people have bothered to do that, really? know the number's not one, but it's significantly less than the number of people that have made it to the end of like Super Mario World. This worm boss looks like Freddy Krueger 100%, especially like right out of Nightmare 3. The snake Freddy. It's not fair by design. That yes, exactly, Dynamite. That boss was intended for hardcore controls. The slide, so removing that. Yep, yep. It's garbage from the get go. That's what I was. That's what I didn't finish my thought, but that's what I was. That's what I was getting at. Dynamite. Yeah. That boss throws a Hadouken that sweeps across the screen. And I don't know, like I might just be timing it bad, but I feel like you can't jump over it. I think that that is an attack you're supposed to dodge with the slide, and they took the slide out. Why? Why didn't they? I don't understand. It would have been so easy to just put the slide into this game. There's no reason for it to not be here, especially if they're including hardcore levels. Like, I know you couldn't slide in Alien Wars, but guess what? You couldn't play level 2 or 5 in Alien Wars either, so you might as well bring the slide over. Oh, Konami, what'd you do to us? Welcome to the machine. It's around the same number as people who are killed by blimps each year, Punk says. And you know, so it fits, right? Because like my one, like I'm not particularly clever or talented or skilled. Like I'm a very simple man with one gaming superpower. I have inhuman levels of persistence, and so how can I use my superpower to benefit mankind? Like what can I do for the greater good? Well, I can use my persistence to complete trash games that no one else would bother to complete. Really, you're doing this for us. Odd thing is, I tried this earlier, and unlike Alien Wars, which is hopeless for me, I think I could beat this, Dynamite says. I certainly wish you luck if you want to take it on. It is a little bit. It is somewhat curious to me why that might be. I had a really hard time. I had a really hard time beating Alien Wars for the first time. And even now, whenever I pick it up, like, I'm not guaranteed to beat it at any given time. Like, even when I do, I have to restart frequently, because the first attempt doesn't make it. But even though Alien Wars didn't come super easily to me, this has come way harder. I can beat the first level without dying. I don't get it either. My best run in this, I've made it up to level 3 without dying. On my best run in this, I can make it up to, I've made it up to level 4 without dying in Alien Wars on the Super NES. That's as far as I've gotten with that one. I don't think I've ever cleared stage 4 without a death, and I don't think I've ever cleared stage 6 without it. Well, I know I haven't cleared stage 6 without a death. Stage 6 is really tough on the Super NES. I might have cleared stage 4 without a death. I'm not sure either way. I don't think it would be impossible, but I can't say for sure. But I haven't done them all together. There's one boss fight, though, in Stage 6 that I just cannot abide. And I know I'm gonna be just pulling my hair out in frustration if I ever get there in this game, too. The Mixed Champion. Welcome in, Champion. Pleasure to have you with us tonight. I hope your weekend is getting off to a wonderful start. And what's up? We're playing some Contra Advance. I'm pretty shockingly terrible at this game. But I am I'm doing my best to stick with it and trying to be optimistic. Not really succeeding, but trying. Is it shocking? It is shocking. It is shocking. I'm a huge Contra fan. I mean, of the 8-bit games, the 16-bit games somewhat, but lesser. It's pretty shocking to come across a Contra game that is this frustrating. Which is better, Contra or Metal Slug? I have never played a Metal Slug game yet, so I couldn't say. I have a bunch of them purchased on the Switch. They released a bunch of the arcade archives, maybe? I don't remember if they're part of that series, but there are a bunch of Metal Slug games on the Switch, and I scooped a lot of them up when they came out, but I've never bothered to sit down and play them yet. That fight right there where I died, that fight right there is why I suspect that the fire is nerfed in this version, because usually if you show up to that boss with the fire, you can wipe that guy out really quickly, and it does not go so much in my favor in this version. But I don't know if that's because the fire is nerfed or because the angle makes it really bad for attacking that guy, or maybe a combination of both. I think it's probably mostly just the angle, because you can hang out up here with the fire on the Super NES and just like hang out like that and wipe this guy out in no time. But I can't maintain damage on him very easily in this version. I love both. But on one hand, Contra lets you aim in eight directions. I'm kind of a latecomer to the Contra games. I played the first one on the NES for the very first time, like 2 years ago. I think almost exactly 2 years ago. And I kind of immediately fell in love with it. It's a really great game that I somehow missed for all this time. But I really loved it. And then I played Super C, and I like Super C even more. Operation C on the Game Boy is pretty good. You know, it's got its drawbacks being a Game Boy game and whatnot. But, I mean, I think it's as good as it could have been. Contra 3 on the Super NES, I've been a lot slower to warm up to. Hardcore on the Genesis, I like better than Contra 3. I've also played the Contra Adventure on the PlayStation, which is okay. Like, parts of it are great, and parts of it are not. So, I don't know. It's a clunky, kind of early 3D game. And then this one, which is like... just the worst. This game makes me really miss Contra 3. So far, my experience with Lex wins. So far, my experience with Contra, though, has been like every Contra game I've played, even if I didn't love it, it's a game that I would look forward to playing again. This is a game I do not look forward to playing again. No, I can't beat it, Dynamite says. That was a really quick turnaround, Dynamite. Hey, Loyal. Good to see you, my friend. Feel like it's been a little while. I hope you've been doing well. Thank you for joining us tonight. I am throwing myself against the Contra wall for a couple hours tonight, and then... and then I'm gonna dive headfirst into the vat of lava that is Echo the Dolphin. Contra first this time, nice. Then Echo, exactly. If I fall asleep, I'm gonna have nightmares. Echo's a nightmare whether you fall asleep or stay awake. I'm helping Frownie feel like it still is Echo by saying welcome to the machine every time he uses a continue. The drill boss thing? The drill boss, so in the Super NES version, the drill boss is fine as long as you can keep the flamethrower. If you make it up to him with the flamethrower, he's a real pushover. If you don't do that, though, he's a nightmare. In this version, you really want to have the laser to fight him, though. The laser's a much better choice. I actually think the laser would be pretty good against him in the Super NES version, too. Yeah, this is Game Boy Advance loyal. Both games tonight are Game Boy Advance. Because I've already done the console versions of both of them, so... I thought, well, of course the Game Boy Advance versions will be worse, but how bad could they be? Since I've already done the console versions, how bad could it be? The answer was yes. What's your all-time favorite Contra? Of the ones I've played so far, Loyal, Super C on the NES. Contra 1 is a close second, but Super C on the NES is, that's where it's at. If you want a game that's a lot like Super C, but with much beefier boss fights, then there's a game called Super Cyborg. It's an indie game that's I think it's on pretty much everything modern, Steam and modern consoles. I played it on the Switch. Super Cyborg is really good. It basically is Super C. But they did a really good job, like, because that's like the biggest problem with the NES Contra games, is the bosses are almost all pretty weak. There's a lot of bosses where you can just stand in one place and wipe them out without any real threat. I mean, I've only played Super Cyborg once, so there may be tricks to those bosses too that I just don't know. But my first impression was the bosses were much more substantial. Welcome to the machine. Anything yummy for dinner tonight? I had a double quarter pounder with cheese. Zergling says 4-egg omelet followed by a pound of ground beef. This is so much worse. This is so much worse than the try before. I think it doesn't matter what order I play these games in. I'm destined to be trash at them both forever. Just like Castlevania 4 and Bloodlines, I just don't like / feel Alien Wars, even as a huge Konami fan. That must be the difference. I gotta enjoy the game to get great at it. I mean, there's certainly something to that. If you're just not enjoying like any of your time with a game, it's pretty hard to get decent at it. All the games that I've done, you know, that I've done good runs of, have been stuff that I really like. Even Haunted Castle, which I kind of hate, I also kind of love. I think I love that game more than I hate it. Some might say I don't even hate it at all. Salt, pepper, cheese with the eggs, about as close to sauce as I got, everyone says. Cheese is boss, says Lyle. Wins. I think that fire snake lasts much longer in this than it does on the SNES game. No. Get your face out of my way so I can shoot you. Konami-wise, I enjoy Castlevania 1, Jackal, Gradius 3, Hardcore, Gradius, Contra, Life Force, Russian Attack, and can no death all of them. Not trying to brag, just saying liking a game has to be at least part of the reason. This boss reminds me of Rocket Knight Adventures. Or Sparkster. It just seems like something janky that would be out of one of those games. They're like big clunky robot enemies that can't turn around. No, I should have picked that up. That was the laser. I was talking just a moment ago about how the laser was better for this boss in this game. Alright, just patience. Just go slow, Frownie. Rocket Knight, next up for you. Next game to no death. Hard mode, no death. Good luck, Dynamite. What'd you have for dinner, Frown? I had a double quarter pounder with cheese, Mile High Roll. After the big day of having our new water heater installed, no time or energy for cooking anything from scratch tonight. Waiting for the no death run of Dark Souls. No death, no item. I think for that one, Mile High Roll, I'm gonna wait for you to upload your playthrough first, so that I can learn your strats. I need you to show me how that one's done. Hey Lightbane, welcome in. This was honestly one of the best games for the GBA back in the day. I gotta warn you, Lightbane, if you're a big fan of this game, you may not like my commentary. I'm having a bad time with this one. I like Alien Wars, and I like Hardcore even more. I'm not crazy about these games on the Game Boy. It just suffered from being downsized. Yeah, I mean, see, that's the thing, is like, it's got the, like, you know, it looks good, it sounds fine. Like, it converted over mostly well, but the screen crunch just kills me. It makes a lot of the game super awkward. And they brought in elements of hardcore, but they didn't bring in the slide, and I'm pretty sure there's parts where you need it. After you show me how to play wrestling games, Mile High says. Wait a minute. Why do you get to show me a game you're an expert at, but I have to show you a game I'm a novice at? How does this logic work? I have never been killed by that blue guy like that in my entire life. I never even thought it was possible. I learned something new and terrible. I guess I always eliminate him quicker than that. I never thought he could reach you. I knew the pink guy could. I didn't know the blue guy could. I never paid attention. Yeah, no top-down levels, that's for sure. But I'm not really sure why, because I'm pretty sure the GBA could do mode 7 just fine. I don't think the scaling is the issue, because doesn't Mario Kart Super Circuit on the GBA look exactly like Super Mario Kart on the SNES? Aren't they both Mode 7 games? I feel like the reason, I mean, I don't know, I'd have to, like, this is me speculating, but my thought is that the reason that the Mode 7 levels are cut is because navigating them is too awkward with the reduced visibility. But I don't know. I'm not the hardware guy. Video games just usually work by magic so far as I'm concerned. That's half screen. Oh wait, so that is half screen Mode 7, and Alien Wars has full screen. I guess that's fair enough. I can't think of any examples of full screen mode 7 on the GBA, but I'm not familiar enough with its library. I think some of the Final Fantasy games have mode 7 parts, right? But I don't know if they're in the GBA ports. Oh, we have a raid coming in. Might as well go ahead and pause it a moment. Ghouls, thank you for the raid. Very much appreciated. Ghouls are free. How was your stream, my friend? What were you playing? STG Shmups. I don't know what this is. I don't know if we've ever had a raid from you before, Ghouls? I don't know if I knew that you streamed. I gotta click through and look at your page. In 2023, let's focus on 1cc, nice, and scoring of 2D shoot-'em-ups with 3D graphics, such as Border Down, Castle of Shikigami, Caladrius, Ray Crisis, Shenmue 1 and 2, The Road Warden, a text RPG, and other occasional adventure-type games. So I do like adventure-type games myself. But you're playing a world of games I'm not really very familiar with. Oh, I see some Vector Man stuff on your page here. Vector Man is kind of fun. I don't love it, but I like it. Alright, well, let me give you a follow. And let me get back to the chat so I can... Instead of sitting here just reading stuff out loud. But welcome in. I hope you've had a wonderful stream. The weird version of Contra 3. Very much, very much. Dynamite says, I've beaten it. Does hard mode have to be unlocked? Oh, I don't remember Dynamite. I don't think so. I think you can pick hard mode from the, options menu, Dynamite, for Rocket Knight. I'm sorry, I didn't see your question in a timely manner. I also didn't even see Sir Rack of Lamb. Welcome to the stream, my friend. Yeah, we got a new water heater today. It's nice for everyone. It's nice for everyone except my bank account. That's on life support. But the rest of us are now doing fine. Haven't raided before, Ghouls says. Well, I'm very grateful to have you come by, Ghouls. Thank you for the raid, and for bringing along your friends. I see Copy Paster. Welcome in. I like how this button has this game has a strafe button, a la Shattered Soldier. I can't talk about Shattered Soldier. I've never played that one. And does this game have a strafe button? I'll have to check my controls again. I don't know what that would do. I'm not very good at this game. Thanks for the shout out. I mostly play shmups, some FPS games, and run and gun games, School says. Tonight had a Vector Man showdown, followed by checking out Japanese-only SNES game called Demon Child Zenkai. It's an alright game. It's fun to have a race through it. Yeah, Vector Man. Boy, I wanted to like Vector Man. The aim lock? Move while locking your gun in direction. It must be the L button. I never used that one. Alright, did I miss anything else? There weren't a lot of full screen Mode 7 users, period. Most games use the bottom half of the screen to simulate flight rather than full screen rotation, Lightbane says. Oh yeah, I guess like in, like the Star Wars game, when you're on the speeder, like the bottom of the screen is Mode 7, but the distance, like the background that you're traveling toward is not, right? I don't know, I'd have to look at it again. Oh yeah, you're right, that's the L button. I never used that one. You're right, it has a strafe button. I never used that button. Might be part of why I'm terrible at this. Vector Man is ambitious, but doesn't work, so it's whatever. Vector Man, yeah, I remember when Vector Man was being advertised. I was actually kind of sad. I was like, wow, that looks like a really fun game, but I only have the SNES. I'll never be able to play that one. And I tried it out. We played it on the stream a year or two ago. I don't remember exactly. And I was hoping to like it more than I do. It's almost... I mean, it's a run and gun game with a double jump. Like, that is, like, right in my wheelhouse. Like, if I were gonna order to have a game custom made for me, I think like run and gun with a double jump would be at the top of the the top of the description, right? But it's kind of a messy game. I'd play it again, though. I've been playing Blazing Chrome and Super C. Blazing Chrome I've never played, but it's been recommended to me. And Super C, I love Super C. That's my favorite Contra game. Of the ones I've played, because I've only done, like, the first half of the series. I don't think my, I don't know how likely my opinion is to shift as I continue to move forward through them, but... in the interest of being careful. Cool. Copy paster's always up to something Konami related, Ghoul says. There's a double jump in one of the later Contras. I have yet to clear Contra 3 on hard. Same. I can do it on normal sometimes, but you know, semi-reliably I can do it on normal. But hard, I'm completely useless. It is a completely different game. I just immediately fall apart. Oh, I'm so mad. Shattered Soldier has you tempted to buy a PlayStation 2 for one game. Oh. My dreams are crumbling. There was no way to make that jump. The missiles are too far apart. That I theoretically could have gotten out of, but it still wasn't good. Oh, woe is me. Alright, stage 5. I don't remember how many continues I have left, but seeing no lives up there is like doesn't make me hopeful in itself. What? No, I didn't want this weapon. Ah, life is bad. Sure, it'd be nice if I could just wipe this guy out without even ever having him do this second move. I had a copy of the game and no PS2 back in the day, Dynamite says. Made up excuses to visit my brother at his house to play it on his. Hey, we had a couple continues. I think I have three PlayStation 2 consoles. I have the like original like fat model PS2, and that's my primary one, and I don't even remember when or where or how I got it. I know I have to have found it somewhere cheap, because it was actually the second one I got. The first one I got was one of those slim ones, and I actually won that from one of those McDonald's Monopoly games. I might be like one of the only people on the planet Earth to ever actually win something from one of those. And the third one is a gray slim PS2 that I bought at a yard sale, and I've never even tested to see if it works. Hey, Uncle Muscles, welcome in. Great to have you here. How far do you sit away from your webcam? I'm about 6 feet away and can't figure out how to zoom in. Yeah, I might be maybe not quite 6 feet away. I'm a little bit further away than the length of this sword. I don't know, maybe 4 feet away from mine. Um, So I don't know if you're using OBS. What I do is if you right click on your webcam, go to transform, edit transform, and then just crop away the top and bottom and sides until it, you know, till your head gets as big as you want it to be. That's my strategy. I have not been to this level very many times. Oh no, and I'm already dead. Which is to say, I've been on this game, I've been to this stage once. Last credit. This one's for all the beans. I don't know what to do about the enemies approaching me from both sides simultaneously. I don't even feel like I want a spread gun. Oh, maybe I do, because the corridor is going to be narrower. Well, this is not going to be possible. Oh, I think I'm thinking of a different boss. This might be okay. Oh yeah, I'm thinking of a boss from hardcore. Never mind. Well, that's a new PB. This music isn't quite scratching the itch the way the SNES does. It's not, you know, it's not quite the same, no. It's, I mean, the game sounds alright. But, you know, the GBA definitely not. Definitely weaker. Hey, Nato, welcome in. Always a pleasure to see you, my friend. Hope your weekend is treating you well. I am I'm playing some games I'm not very good at tonight. And it's chipping away at me. You're good at everything. I wish. I certainly wish that were the case. We did get further. We did get further. I'm too negative. I have a tendency to be too negative, but we did just make it further than I've ever seen in this game, so I really should be celebrating. How you feel? We both probably set high expectations. It's a double-bladed sword. Yeah, I definitely am guilty of holding myself to too high of a standard sometimes. Two-sided eye beat. I got what you meant. I thought, that's an interesting way of saying that. And thought I'd just leave it hanging. Four or six-sided if you want, Cool says. I do it all the time, not just games. The ultimate power sword. Yeah, I can be pretty susceptible to that mindset of, like, perfectionism, where, like, you feel like, you know, if you can't do something absolutely perfectly, there's no sense in doing it at all. And that's a very bad mindset to have. And, like, I actively know it, but I'm, like, it is in my tendency to feel that way, and I have to very actively fight against it. I get it. I in the same boat. Nato says, yeah. I think a lot of people. Feel like that. I think that's an easy trap to fall into. I definitely fall into it. Oh, I do not want this laser, please. Human psychology is a crazy thing. Yeah, I can't even begin to. I won't even pretend to begin to understand it. In any case, fingers crossed for more progress. Thank you, thank you. Any run could be the run, right? I could just have a accidental burst of amazing luck and finally escape from one of these games. That perfectionism thing, though, you should, like... The thing about it is, like... My stream is definitely not like that, right? Because... Part of the reason it took me so long to get the stream started, like when I decided I wanted to start a stream, it took me a very long time to actually, like, pull the trigger and start broadcasting. I tinkered with it and messed with it for a very long time, and I had to very actively, like, consciously develop an attitude of, like, you know, it's good enough is more than good enough, and barely working is just fine. And so now all the stream operates completely on that principle. and I never try to improve anything for the stream. I got everything. I forced myself to approach it with a barely working is good enough philosophy. And then stuck to it. But yeah, I spent I don't even know. I spent a super long time just tinkering with stuff. Just tinkering with the stuff and doing dry runs and practice streams offline. Just hours and hours of streams broadcast to no one. And then going back and reviewing the footage and being like, oh, does it look alright? Is the audio okay? Is my substandard equipment gonna be good enough? So I wear the barely functional sort of descriptor for my stream, somewhat as a badge of honor, but also just as a reminder to myself. It's not necessarily a bad thing, though. Accidental luck is always welcome. That's my strategy. That's my secret. Because, like, you know, people look at the list of, like, challenge runs that I've done, and they're like, oh, you've done pretty well in some pretty tough games. And it's like, well, no. I just played them enough times, so I exhausted all the wrong ways to get the run. and then I accidentally hit the correct button combination to complete the challenge. Kind of like, you know, a million monkeys with a million typewriters. I just turned it on and let her rip. I had no clue what I was doing. I certainly could have saved myself a lot of pointless fretting. All my practice streams as well were done with Super Mario Maker. That's the game I ran like 99% of my practice streams were with Super Mario Maker, and I've played that on the stream exactly one night in 3 years now. I did all the Super Mario Faker. I did all my almost all my test streams were with Mario Maker 2, and except I tested my composite capture device with Super Mario Brothers 3. To me, it means you care about what you're doing, and that's a good thing. You know, I certainly want what I put out there to be a good experience. No. I think I was in an unwinnable situation there anyway, so I don't fully understand what went wrong, but undoubtedly it was my fault. No! I hate getting stuck in that corner. Uh-oh, that's a bad situation to be in. Oh, absolute trash. Everything about this is as bad as it could be. This is a boss that I never die at, and I'm losing a whole continue here now. I don't like this game. It's not fun. This is the worst Contra game. Deep breaths. I don't know what it is about this game that makes it so, like, because I've beaten Hardcore and Alien Wars, right? I've beaten both the games that this is made of, and it's mostly made of Alien Wars, which I've beaten several times. I'm no pro at it, but there's certainly at least half a dozen times I've beaten that game. And this game is mostly that game, but it's that game worse. I don't know. I don't know why this is so hard for me. This is the worst Contra game. I see we haven't played literally every game they've slapped Contra on, like Vane says. Yeah, I knew I was gonna be caught on that. There are a lot of Contra games I haven't played. I've never been able to beat a Contra game in my life. Granted, I've only played Contra 1. I am certain, Nato, you could certainly beat, you know, if you put your mind to it, you could certainly beat, at least all the Contra games I've beaten. And you know, if you've beaten Ninja Gaiden, you can beat Contra. I think Ninja Gaiden's tougher than Contra. I don't know what is wrong with me. I know how to do this. Hey, Derpelganger, welcome in. I know what's wrong with me. I appreciate the vote of confidence, but you underestimate me. Or should I say overestimate me? It's Contra Battletoads. Yeah, the thing about Alien Wars, the thing that I like least about Contra 3 is it's mostly gimmick levels. There's not there's very little like run and gun, like classic Contra action in Contra 3. It's you know, there are only 6 stages. Stage 2 and 5 are top-down Mode 7 gimmicks. Stage 4 is this vehicle gimmick. Stage 3 is almost exclusively climbing. And Stage 6 is like, Stage 6 is a boss rush. So, like, so far as, like, classic Contra run-and-gun type platforming, you get 1 and 2 half stages of it in Contra 3. Which is, you know, not a stellar percentage for me. Hey, Tommy, welcome in. Contra, great series. Now let me find the most frustrating one to play on stream. Frownie. It's not. I mean, that wasn't my plan. Per se. The thing is, I want to beat all the Contra games, and so unfortunately, I have to play this. There's no Contra in Contra. Yeah, with Contra 3, it's kind of like that. Originally, I disliked the gimmickiness of 3, Ghoul says, but ultimately, it always draws me back to it. I also like the top-down stages in Contra. I think I like the top-down stages in the Contra Adventure on the PlayStation, though, better than the Mode 7 stages in Contra 3. That game's very top-down, stage heavy, but I think I like those stages better. I definitely like Super C's top-down stages better. I don't like using the shoulder buttons to rotate my character around. It's weird. The Mode 7. I'm so annoyed. I'm so annoyed by this game. No, you've got it. You've got it, Dynamite. That's exactly it. Yeah, I like Castlevania Bloodlines because yeah, it feels like a 16-bit. It feels like a 16-bit NES Castlevania. This does not feel like a 16-bit NES Contra game. Contra Hardcore does a lot better job being like true to the spirit of the NES games for Contra, I think. Doomed. Absolutely doomed. Welcome to the machine. Like Ikari Warriors top down? I have yet to play Ikari Warriors. I think it wouldn't bother me. I think the gimmick stages in this, though, wouldn't bother me so much because they're not terrible. They're not terrible stages because they're gimmicks. It's just that they dilute, like, the, like, sort of the type of action that I come to a Contra game for. They dilute it so badly. If Contra 3 had been 8 stages and the other 2 had been pure run and gun platforming, then like I feel like the balance would have been more that I could have gotten more into it. And it should have been 8 stages anyway because the NES games are both 8 stages. What's worse, this or Echo? Oh, Echo is worse all day long. Echo is Echo is it's not even a competition. Tripping and falling down the stairs is better than Echo. I'm one of the many cowards who never played C, the Contra Adventure, but still judges it anyway. Google says it's not the C, the Contra Adventure is not terrible. It's tough for me at least. It was really tough to get started with it The first level is really long and can be really difficult until you adjust to it, but it's actually like pretty good. The top down stages are pretty good. Um, there's a weird weightless elevator stage that I think is actually pretty good. Always complain about it when I play it, but I think for a gimmick stage, it has something to it. It's really the behind the back 3D stages that are really the part of the game that has the biggest problem. Thank you for the wheel, Buddha Fingers, and welcome to the stream. The machine will remember that. Echo has the one true music loop. I also feel like a 16-bit NES Castlevania, Turbo Ganger says. Casually hop around the missiles, no biggie. Alright, let's spin the wheel. What we land on? We're in the purple? What is purple? Fiery habanero sauce. Gold label, Marie Sharp's fiery habanero pepper sauce. Let's have a generous dose. Is this leaking? What? I don't know what I felt. Cottage cheese and mandarin oranges for last meal for me, Dynamite says, since we do that here. I've never been, I like mandarin oranges. I have never been bold enough to try cottage cheese. Who here has seen UHF? I don't know if I've seen the whole movie all the way through. But I've definitely seen at least a significant portion of it. It's been a long time though. Like I don't think I've seen that movie since like I was in high school. Oh no. I poured too much. Let's go. My stream broadcasts with all the quality of a UHF signal though. Oh. It's not that spicy a sauce, but eating so much of it so plainly. Ah. I'm all right. I'm just trying not to sneeze. Dynamite says, I haven't. I need to since I've seen Kentucky Fried Movie. I have not seen that one. Cottage cheese is good. Not sure if I can get that in Japan, though. Saw it once, School says. It's a classic. I've seen it like 50 times, Nato says. Big sauce. Yeah, I unfortunately dripped some of it on one of my passwords. Alright, let me get my big head out of the way. Gesundheit in advance. It's alright, I think I managed to hold it back. You can't drip hot sauce on a password manager, brought to you by 1Password. I don't understand what a password manager is or how they work, because like I feel like the advice you're always given is not to use a universal password and not to write your passwords down in one place, and then it seems like a password manager is like a combination of both ideas. Do you live in the USA? I do. I live in Wisconsin. I grew up in Kentucky. I was born in Italy, but I grew up in Kentucky, and I've lived in several different places, but primarily South Korea, Thailand, Texas, Tennessee, and Wisconsin. Not in that order. Hopefully using an encrypted service and each password is ideally also unique. I won't nerd out, but I die without one, Nato says. Works insofar as letting you have a lot of varied super complicated passwords you never have to remember, but someone breaches the password manager password, fun time. See, that was always my thought, is that if someone does get your password manager password, you've put all of your eggs in one basket there, right? Frownie was the first known Yeti born in Tennessee. What's your favorite thing about Wisconsin? I'm very partial to the weather up here. I like I like I like being snowed in for a huge portion of the year. Um, it's very quiet, and it appeals to my kind of introverted hermit like nature. We live up here for a few different reasons, but I'm glad it's up here that up here is where we live now. Like my wife, Jelly, all of her family um, are from the area or from the state. We're kind of spread out, but um, so we kind of moved up here to be closer to them, but we sort of always planned to move to the north anyway. So I don't know. It kind of both things, I guess, kind of influence each other. I got that wrong. Budafinger says. I can't imagine keeping unique passwords on a piece of paper for all the sites and services I use. Nato says. I have a password system where I can write down information that no one who isn't me will know what it means. Had an older neighbor friend. He forgot tons of important passwords all the time and had an awful time with it. Embrace your inner Wampa in your ice cave in Wisconsin. Right on, Derpelganger. Worry about that with my parents, Nato says, the forgetting of the passwords. Well, I've just been using password underscore 97 for my password since my very first Hotmail account, and it's worked for me all these years. At least it's better than password. No, my password is don't hack me. Uh, I have the best strategy to prevent identity theft though. Just don't have any just don't ever own any assets worth taking. If someone drains my life savings, what am I going to say? Oh no, they took everything from me. Both dollars. The physics of this leg and ball thing don't quite work. Well, what about when it starts phasing in and out of reality immediately afterward? Don't own anything worth taking. Don't be related to anyone with anything worth taking. That part seems pretty realistic to me. I don't know much about science. I'm not an astrochemist. Hi, Tip touches water. Welcome in, Tip. Great to have you here. How'd you come up with the name Agent Frownie? Agent Frownie is kind of an inside joke from high school. While I was in high school, my best friend was this guy who he always had like little instances of bad luck in pretty like innocuous and amusing ways. I would say that, like, if he were to drop a piece of toast, it would always land butter side down. And, to amuse us in our pre-calculus class, I started drawing these little comic strips based on things that happened to my friend. Except in the comic strip version, his bad luck was explained by this disembodied frowny face that followed him around in his life and caused him to have bad luck. And that character was named Agent Frownie. and we would draw these little comic strips about him and pass them back and forth, and just because of the nature of our friendship and because of my tendency to tell awful terrible puns that would make him sigh and roll his eyes all the time, he would then accuse me of being the real life Agent Frownie. And so it kind of went from comic character to nickname of sorts. And then when I decided to start up the stream, like I was trying to come up with like a name that I could get on a couple different platforms that I wanted to use, and Agent Frownie came to mind. I was like, that's as good as anything. And then automatically, like, it came sort of preloaded with the branding, as it were. Because I knew if I were going to call myself Agent Frownie, that I knew what I was going to draw for like my artwork and banners and whatnot. So that's where it comes from. That's great. I do kind of wonder, like, because I don't like. I didn't really keep in touch with that friend. We sort of drifted apart, and so I do sort of wonder. Undoubtedly, we are both, you know, very different people from what we were back then. But I do kind of wonder if he's ever going to come across the stream somehow, and if it's gonna make him roll his eyes. I still have a bunch of those comic strips, and I keep threatening to share some of them in our Discord, and I just never get around to doing it. Mostly because I don't have a scanner. I mean, I guess, like, I could take photos with them with my tablet, but I don't think that they're gonna come out very clear. I don't know. At some point, someday, I will make good on my promise and share some of the comic strips. At least a few of them, because most of them, like, some of them don't even make sense hardly anymore to me. Boy, it got me again. The leg fades in and out of existence, Buddhafinger says. Is this Lord of the Rings? Are you fighting a leg or less? That is rough, Buddhafingers. I kind of like it. I came up with this one, but you definitely have a better story. You mean the screen name? Clear enough, Frownie. They're retro photos. Okay. That could be the spin. That could be the spin we put on it. They very quickly, because I said that the comic strips are things that sort of explain my friend's day-to-day bad luck, and that is how they started. But they very quickly devolved into just pure fantasy works, and they're very itchy and scratchy like. In the majority of the comics, they take a more fantasy feel, and they're very Tom and Jerry like with Agent Frownie just setting my friend on fire or electrocuting him or doing something to cause him to meet some unfortunate end. Evil Agent Frownie. A modern iPhone's going to be really good, like really good, better than a scanner of your, Buddhafinger says. You're probably right. You're probably right. I'm just thinking of excuses to be lazy. I'm not going to give this too many more tries. I'm thinking this might be our last attempt at this tonight. Then we'll move over to Echo and suffer with that for uncountable hours. Until I can take absolutely no more. If you really want to be thrifty, take them to Best Buy with a memory card and ask to demo cameras so you can take them home and consider. They let you do that at Best Buy? That's genius. Nothing like suffering to begin the weekend. Let me reset my audio real quick. I can tell it's drifted. There we go. Pretty badly. Now it's fine. I don't like this stage because it's impossible to jump over these blocks without gripping onto the ceiling, and it's very awkward to pull yourself off of that. And I know it's like that because they want it to be awkward, but... Mission accomplished. I don't enjoy it. Hey Christian Cool, welcome in. Thank you for the lurk. Lurk while playing some board games. Right on. I hope you have an excellent evening, my friend. It's so annoying to have a missile go through like 1,000 spread shots and hunt you down like that. It's so annoying. How can you play this game without sighing and rolling your eyes? It's all I do. No. Well, that killed this this continue. I was just a klutz there. There's no excuse for that behavior. Passing out here, Ghoul says. Glad I dropped in. Were you playing one of the more obscure Contras? Thank you, Ghouls. I'd certainly appreciate the raid. It was great to have you here for a while and be able to enjoy your company. Now that I am wiser and following you, hopefully some night when we don't overlap, I'll be able to drop in and catch you live too. But by all means, sleep well and have a wonderful weekend, my friend. Hopefully someday I'll beat this and I can move on to other obscure Contras. I have so much of the series to get to. It hurts to be locked behind one of them, you know? If I ever do beat this one, I'm gonna have to celebrate by going back and playing the ones I like, though, before I move on to another one that I may potentially hate worse. I have to go back and play, play the NES ones again, and who knows, maybe even try to finally beat the Contra 3 on hard mode someday. I don't want to leave that undone. Go, 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 go. Well, I didn't end up using a continue where I thought I was going to, so I should at least be happy about that, but that's easier said than done. This is so terrible. Well, this attempt is over. Lex wins indeed. Yeah. I'm not gonna beat the game with losing this many continues on stage 3. I'm not gonna make it through to the end, so just we can give up on that notion. I'll play it. I'll play it out for the extra practice at stage 4, but I don't want to keep us under any illusions that any of this has any meaning. I hate this. Every night I don't beat this game is another night I'm gonna have to play this game. I can't stand it. My future looks so bleak. They really needed to make the player character sprite like 25% smaller. My character is just too large to exist in this game world with its squashed proportions. That room didn't even have to be as squashed as it is either. The whole top part of the stage is a useless decorative banner that, like, the ceiling could have been stretched up further and you'd have more room to move around. The room should be a square, not this, like, super letterbox rectangle. It's like I'm playing the game on some, like, crazy experimental widescreen television. Got a 1:19 aspect ratio. This universe is too narrow. amazed I'm still alive. Usually that swing like that, when I was in that position, usually that would kill me. I got real lucky there somehow. No, I walked off. I meant to jump. Welcome to the stomach. The stomach doesn't even fit though. The stomach is a blessing. When Echo tells me I have to go back to the stomach, it's like Mom came in and said, I'm sorry, we're out of broccoli tonight. We're gonna have to eat candy for dinner. Invert the face cam. Alright, I'll do that. Well, I'll do it right now. Sound effect there was weird. I was gonna wait till a pause in the action. That's why I hesitated a moment. But we are at a good spot to pause the game. No! I think I could have escaped that, but I wasn't being very observant. Alright, very good. Turn that Contra frown upside down. I'm out of coffee. That was a fake drink. You can defy gravity drinking upside down too. I've had plenty of practice. Oh my goodness, it's been so long since I've not taken a hit from that guy. I actually think the trick to this boss is that it doesn't matter how much damage you do to the boss, it's how much consecutive damage you do to this boss. I think you have to damage him a certain amount within a set window, or he's like, his health regenerates. Because you need to get this like ring of faces. Like the more you damage him, the further out this ring of faces goes. But it reconstricts after a while, so like I don't know, like the secret to him is to get the ring of faces out real far, I think. Because sometimes I feel like I fight this guy forever and nothing happens. Because I give him long cooldown windows. Solve my puzzle. That's my current theory. Doomed. Doomed from the start. I'm getting better at that. That might actually be doable. It's a dangerous line of thinking, but... there may actually be a way to manipulate that guy. Victory. Oh. So I think we have one life and one continue for the next stage. So my major difficulty, the thing that really holds me back from being any good at this game on the Super NES, is this stage. There's a fight with Ridley. And yes, I know this isn't Metroid, but also the fight is with Ridley. Konami just took him. And if the Ridley fight is in this game, then I mean, there's nothing I can do, because to fight Ridley is already a vertical boss battle, And it's already impossible in Contra 3. So to then have to do it with even less space, because all of our vertical space is gone for this game. Like, if they didn't take that boss fight out or significantly alter it, then all of this is a farce. Doesn't even matter. I'm never gonna make it far enough to find out. Alright, it's over. We're done. What a miserable, awful, garbage game. It's depressingly terrible. Oh. I'm gonna live in misery for the next 7 days, knowing I'm gonna play this game again next week. Ugh, I can't stand this game. Why is it so awful? I can't get it out of my life. Could always take a week off. Yeah, but when I only play it once a week as it is, I already rust so much in between attempts. What would be the benefit? If I take a week off, I'm gonna have to learn it from scratch when I come back to it, and it'll be like none of this ever happened, except all of the chunk of my life was wasted. You make a good point, but I don't know if the pros outweigh the cons. I feel like the longer I take off, the longer I stretch out our inevitable playthrough. I don't know. We're done with it for tonight. Let's get this horrible game out of here. Let's play another horrible game, my friends. I'm gonna switch games over, and I'm gonna cut the VOD here.